Hey everyone, welcome to Keeping It Real. Carrie, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. We are going to play a game today. So you guys, this is what we're doing. We're playing kind of like a version of Family Feud. So if you're watching right now, what I want you to do is take out a piece of paper and you're going to try to come up with 12 child-proofing things you can do for your home, for the 4th of July, for whenever, to make sure that you're ready for the little guys in our house, because we've had little ones in our house, right? So while we're talking, you guys are going to start writing. So start writing down all the child-proofing ideas you have. If you want to throw them in the chat, feel free to do so. We'd love to see what your answers and responses are. It's going to be fun. We're playing a game because it's the 4th of July and it's going to be fun this year, right?
Yes.
So what are you doing? Are you doing anything fun for the 4th?
Probably just doing something small, a little barbecue at the house. I know
That's
my niece is coming in from the East Coast, so it'll be good.
Perfect. We did that kind of last year. My son had a party and it was just too overwhelming. I just wanted a really quiet day. So we sat home and listened to people blow up stuff outside and watch movies. And it was like probably one of my favorite 4th of Julys, except for when I was a kid, because those are really fun. And then this year it's going to be a blast too. So anyway, so we're going to do some fun stuff today. We're having, it's supposed to be nice. And we're going to play, like I said, kind of like a game like Family Feud. So again, write down your answers. You still got a little bit of time, but we're going to get started here pretty quick. So we're going to figure out what the survey says on the top 12 child-proofing ideas that you can do. And, when you have people coming in over the 4th, right? I mean, like I know we had a graduation party and I had little ones here and I don't have little ones at my house anymore. And I was like, okay, I remember this part. I remember this part. I'm not giving anything away. But it was like, oh, but watch them here because that was totally not safe now. I mean, and there's a lot of things I totally forgot about. So doing the research for this was like, whoa. So, okay, if everybody's getting ready here, again, write them down on a piece of paper. Let's see how you do. And we'd love to have you guys pop it into the chat box and stuff like that if you play along, and just tell me how many you got right, or tell me if we forgot any, or whatever. We'd love to hear feedback, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so Keeping It Real today, Nikki and Carrie, and Carrie's with Fairway Mortgage. So we usually talk about a lot of things like with real estate and lending. This is kind of like it, but anyway, something fun and new because it's the 4th and we can. Okay. So again, what are the top 12 things that you can do over the 4th of July in any time, obviously, but especially if you're not used to doing this, to make sure that your youngest visitors and your family members are all doing good. Okay. All right. So survey says, you ready for this, Carrie?
I am. Yes.
I'll let you do number 1. So the first one is going to be
anchor heavy furniture and TVs.
Yeah. Those
and secure bookshelves, dressers, and TVs. Yeah.
They like to climb. And, again, I haven't had ones climbing on furniture in a long time, but, those things can topple and somebody can get seriously injured. So I think that was one. So if you got that one, hey, you're doing good. All right. The next one, install safety gates. Sometimes you can't watch those guys. They're like, and they're into everything. They go everywhere and they're running into different directions. If they're not good on the stairs, that kind of stuff. And I've got tons of stairs at my house. Baby gates. It's all baby gates.
They go fast too. All of a sudden, you look out of the corner of your eye and they're gone.
Exactly. So install baby gates, number 2. So if you got it, good job. All right. Number 3, Carrie.
Secure windows and blinds. A lot of places, they used to have the pull blinds with the string. They're really going away from that because that's a major choking hazard.
Yes, absolutely. So if you're in an older home where you have some of the older blinds and stuff like that, tie them up, pin them up, but put them way up high so they can't be down low where the kids can get to them. And
also second story windows. And that's what they mean by, using this secure the windows. Sometimes if you're on a second level, if a child fell out of a window, anyone could die from falling from a window. So definitely want to keep those secure.
And new homes too. And, it's interesting because I learned something with a new build that I was on recently. And when they were bringing in, the builders learned that if they left the window so it could open, they can put the materials in on the second floor level or the second floor to get to them quickly. And that would help them do that. But the bad thing is if you have a child in that room, whose room it was a child, they can push it out and tumble down. So there's a couple things you can do. The latch off we learned. I did a research on this one that would be the family to save, but even new homes. So watch it. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Next one. Survey says number 4 is cover your electrical outlets. Don't forget these. And you know, the other thing I think is weird too is that like those pieces like that you put in there are kind of small too. I don't know if they have anything better, but you know, hopefully that's enough to keep those kids through. But we had like ones you stuffed into the sockets, right? I don't know if they still make those or not, but I would think those would almost be a choking hazard too. So pay attention.
A lot of them now they can slide over where they don't have access to it unless you know how to move the actual outlet with the plug that you're plugging in. So sometimes that could be a good safety precaution.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad to hear that it got new stuff. See, it's been a while. I'm dating myself. All right, Carrie. Survey says number 5. What is it?
Lock cabinets and drawers. You know, I haven't had a child in my house for a very long time. So under my sink, I keep chemicals, all kinds of stuff. So scissors and drawers.
Right. And, you know, and again, you don't think about nice. I mean, you know, if you're not used to having kids in the house, you've got your knife drawer open and there's all kinds of stuff or medicines. So just making sure that those are secured where kids can't get in them and, you know, doing something with that. Okay, survey says number 6, lock up cleaning supplies and medications. Kind of going with that. Make sure that they're, you know, that there's a clasp in there so they can't get in there, or better yet, put them up high where they can't get to them.
Yes.
Or put them out in the garage or something on a shelf while they're there. I mean, especially if it's like the 4th or something, you know what I mean? Where it's just going to be like a temporary kind of thing versus a permanent fixture of your home. But I mean, obviously if it's going to be a fixture, you're going to need them in the, you know, you're going to be using them all the time. So you might not want to put them out in the garage, but you know, watch where you're putting them. Really think about that. All right. Survey says number 7. Go ahead.
Install smoke and CO detectors. This is mandatory inside homes anyway. So even if you have them installed, check your batteries.
All right, you guys, how are you doing out there? You guys, are you getting most of these? Because these are important ones, you know, but again, like, especially we're blowing up fireworks. You know, having that smoke detector might be a good thing to have right now.
Exactly.
Okay. So reasons number 8, ensure crib safety. You know, I remember like when I was having kids and stuff like that, I mean, there's always cute bumpers that you'd put in and these little like things that hang over the crib and stuff like this and pillows, and they just don't have the body strength to kind of roll themselves over sometimes. And so if they get in a position where their face is down, they can get smothered. So, you know, make sure that you take that stuff out. Better. I mean, the less stuff in that crib is usually the better. So,
you know, it's amazing our kids survived, right? You have 6, I have 4, and they all lived.
I know. It's a good thing. But I did do a lot of this stuff though. I did take it out. I mean, I had there like initially, and then I put it back in like when you know, if we had guests over and stuff, so it looked cute. But I mean, like when they slept in it, I always took them out. So it doesn't take that long. Number 9. Oh my goodness. This was my biggest fear when my niece brought her baby over. Yes. So my great niece, right? Yeah. Whoa, that makes me really old. No, so when she walked in my house, one of the first things I said to her, I said, okay, it's been a while. I said, there's nothing covering any surface, but my fireplace is like stone and it's sharp corners. So if she falls in it, she's probably going to have a scar. And I've got glass tables that, again, like I don't know how many times we hit our shin on them, but it's not the same height as a baby's forehead. So those sharp corners can really, really hurt. So furniture, fireplaces, tables. Oh my God, they're like that. They boom.
Perfect. But you know, there is a secret to helping get a bump down if your child does get a goose egg. Do you know what that is?
No.
You actually get the spot wet with some water and then take sugar and dab it on there. And the sugar actually helps to bring the swelling down without making it go inward. You actually want the swelling to occur so it doesn't do damage to the brain, but it just makes it go down a little bit faster when it does start coming up.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know, the other thing I was going to say too with this one is, and it doesn't have to be an expensive fix either. I mean, I know you can go out and buy a bunch of stuff, but like we use like that, it looks like a pool toy, right? Like the
pool noodles. Yes.
And we would just cut those and put those over a lot of the edges and stuff, and then just like tape it so it didn't fall off, and it worked amazingly.
Yes.
All right. Somebody says number 10. You ready, Carrie?
Yes. Toilet and bathroom safety. Little do you know that kids will go and play in the toilet. And also check the temperature of your water. When my granddaughter came home, the pediatrician said, make sure all of your water heaters are set to 120 degrees or less.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, definitely. Both of those. And there you go for that one too. So you guys 11 too. That's the reason. You guys, how are you doing out there? Are you getting most of these? I mean, like most of these are like, there's a couple new little tricks and stuff like that, but I'm hoping you're getting them all, and definitely worth reviewing them from time to time too. Number 12 is eliminate water and drowning. When I was a kid, again, this has been a long, long time ago, but we would do the 4th of July and we had punks, and I know there's still punks out there. And we always were told, like, you can't bring your punk by the fireworks because you'd put the punk down, you'd go over and get your fireworks, then you go back. But when you're done your punk, you had to put in a bucket of water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Buckets of water. I'm not just talking about swimming pools here, but like swimming pools are obviously kind of the big one here. But just, it could be something as simple as a bucket of water. That could be something that could be drowning, especially somebody little who pours it or whatever. It doesn't take very much. If you're going to be by a lake or something, use life jacket, you guys. I mean, back in Nebraska, I just saw a 20-year-old woman drowned here recently because she wasn't wearing a life jacket. That river is not safe, especially when you're not without life jackets. Same thing here. I mean, have a life jacket on, or at least have it, if you're adult, at least have it with you. But if your kids I've been having my dog in life jackets. So, because if you fall in and something happens, that's going to help you. So, personal safety devices, okay? All right. That's all I have for today. Do you have something to show me?
I do, yes. The whole thing that prompted this was that we have a new baby in our house with my granddaughter. So this is her, Renly.
Oh my God, look at her. You guys, she's so beautiful.
She's like a little girl. She's so teeny tiny.
And what's her first name?
Renly.
Pretty. Yes, yes. She is gorgeous. Congratulations. I'm so glad I got to see her almost in person. I can't wait.
Yes. We're waiting for your visit.
Next week, I'm coming. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us this week. We will see you next week, same time, same place. Make sure you do all those child safe if you've got kids come visit you. You don't want anything to happen to those precious little cargos. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.